Hi everyone, welcome to the course on solid state. So in the previous video, we have discussed about the classification of crystalline solids. There we come to know the crystalline solids can be classified into four types. Those are molecular solids, ionic solids, metallic solids and covalent solids. So now we will move to the next concept in the solid state, that is crystal lattice. Crystal lattice. So what does this crystal lattice means? So before going to know what does this crystal lattice means, here I will take an example where one class is there, okay, and in this class there are 10 students are present. So I have to represent those 10 students in this class. So how I can represent? Simply by drawing their structures. So there are totally 10 students. So I need to draw the structures of all the 10 students. And they are having different structures. Okay. And while representing all the students in that class, okay, only 10 students are there, so I can represent those students in this manner. And while representing this, it takes too much time and also it requires more space and it is difficult to represent those structures also. Okay, we cannot able to draw the exact structure of all those students which are present in the class. So what I have to do now? I have to represent this on a paper or in a book or on a board in a very easiest and simplest manner. So that we can, by observing that, we can also say there is a presence of students. There is a presence of 10 students in that class by simply observing that diagram, and also it should be a very simplest representation. So how can we represent those things? For this, instead of representing the student's structure, we can simply consider each student as a point. Okay, so each point will represent a student. And if we represent all the students, so there are totally 10 students, I will indicate all those 10 students by simply the 10 points which are arranged in regular manner. So in similar manner, we can also represent the structure of crystal lattice. Because here, if I consider the NaCl crystal, so there are number of Na plus ions and Cl minus ions will be present. So if I go on drawing the structure of Cl and Na, one is having smaller structure and another one is having larger structure. Comparatively, the size of the ions is different. And hence, to represent those ions and their structure in the crystal, it is quite difficult. And hence, we will choose an alternate way to represent those atoms or ions or molecules which constitute an crystalline solid. So, instead of that, we will also use this way to represent the structure of the crystals. And the ions or atoms or molecules which constitutes those solids will be represented by a simple points. Okay, and these points are arranged in regular manner in a three-dimensional space, because the crystals are having a three-dimensional structure. Okay, we cannot represent those three-dimensional structures on board, and to represent them we will use the points, and those points are arranged in a regular manner in three-dimensional space. This three-dimensional arrangement of points in space is said to be crystal lattice. Okay, so instead of representing the molecule's structure or atom's structure, we will use the points to represent those molecules or ions structures, and those points which are arranged periodically or regularly in three-dimensional space is considered as the crystal lattice. This type of representation is said to be crystal lattice. So here the crystal lattice means the regular arrangement of points in three-dimensional space is considered as crystal lattice. So now, what are the characteristics of crystal lattice? There are totally three characteristics of crystal lattice. Those are, the first one, each point in a crystal lattice are called lattice points. So whatever points, those things which we will represent in this crystal lattice, each point is considered as lattice points, or they are also known as lattice sites. Lattice points or lattice sites, each point. And each lattice point or lattice site represents the constituent particles. So as I already told you, each point in this crystal lattice, those are lattice points, they will represent the constituent particles of crystal. That may be ion, atom or molecule. Okay. Then third characteristic is, upon joining the lattice points by using a straight line gives the geometry of a crystal. So simply here, if I join these lattice points with the help of a straight line, so it will give the geometry of the crystal lattice. Okay, so it will form a cube, okay, or a tetrahedral structure, or it will form rhombohedral structure, whatever structure. Upon joining these lattice points with the help of straight line, not by using any other curve, only we have to use a straight line. So by using a straight line, upon joining, it will form the geometry of the crystal. Whatever these geometries are obtained, that geometry is itself the geometry of the crystal lattice. So these are the three characteristics of crystal lattice. Now the next concept is unit cell. Okay, it is the part of crystal lattice only. So here, what does this unit cell means? So if you see here, you can observe the points are arranged in this structure, and these points, each point is said to be lattice point, and each lattice point represents the constituent particle. And when we join the lattice points by using the straight line, it will form the geometry of the crystal. So here now I will join the points by using the straight line. So this is the structure that is obtained by joining the straight lines. So there are number of, if you observe here, there are number of cubes. which were present here. So this is one cube. Okay. Now, like this, there are number of cubes are present. Here one cube is there, here one cube, here. Okay. So upon joining, you will get the cubic structure. And the smallest portion, I will leave this whole crystal. I will simply consider the one cube of this crystals. There are number of cubes, and now I have only considered the cube, which is smallest portion of this crystal lattice. Okay. If I join these cubes in all directions, then it will form a big crystal having a cubic structure only. So all the crystals or crystal lattices are made up of the smallest portions, and those smallest portions which are arranged in all directions will give the geometry of the crystal. And such type of portion or the smallest portion of that particular crystal lattice is said to be unit cell. So unit cell, it can be defined as the smallest portion of the crystal lattice, which when repeated in different directions forms the entire crystal lattice. Okay, this is about the unit cell. So one of the important concept, unit cell, remember this. Okay, and now what are the types of unit cells? Okay, we will move to the types. The next one is, what are the parameters of unit cell? So once again I will repeat, crystal lattice means the regular three-dimensional arrangement of points in space is said to be crystal lattice. Unit cell means the smallest portion of the crystal lattice, which when repeated in different directions generates the geometry of the crystal lattice. And the next one is parameters of unit cell. So here the structure of this unit cell is a cube. Now this structure of the unit cell, it depends upon what parameters, because as you can see, if the structure of this unit cell changes, the structure of the crystal will also changes. It indicates simply whatever the structure of unit cell is there, it gives the same structure to the crystal, because that crystal is made up of the unit cells which are having the same structure. So now if the unit cell has a cubic structure, the crystal is also having the cubic structure. If the structure of unit cell is tetrahedral, then the structure of whole crystal is also tetrahedral. Now that structure of the unit cell is dependent on what parameters? When the structure of this unit cell gets changes. And here the parameters of unit cells are characterized as edge lengths, and second one is angles. So if I consider the unit cell, see here, so I will take one unit cell, the cubic unit cell. Now these edges will represent edge lengths. Okay, so this edge, this is also edge, this is also edge. Okay, these are different edges of the unit cell. So I will call this edge as A, and this edge as B, and this edge as C. So A, B, C are the edge lengths. So edge lengths are named as A, B, C. Now if I increase the length of A or B or C, will the structure of the unit cell gets changes or not. Simply see here, if I increase the length of A, okay, that is edge length, which is known as A, what happens to the unit cell? It will appear something like this. So this is the structure. Now I will increase the length of this A. Then what happens to the structure? We will represent the structure like this. And at that condition, it is not a cube. The structure of this cube gets changes. So as if you change any one of these, A or B or C, if you change the edge length, then the structure of the unit cell will also changes. Hence, these three parameters will determine the structure of the unit cell. And also, apart from these edge lengths, there is the another parameters which changes the structure of the unit cell. Those are the edge angles, okay, or we can say axial angles. If we change the angles between A and B, or B and C, or C and A, now in a cube, the angles of all the axes are 90 degree. Okay. Now if I make it 120 degree, okay, if I simply change its angle to 120 degree, the edge become like this. At that time, the structure of that unit cell gets changes. Or if I change this angle between B and C or C and A, then also the structure of the unit cell gets changes. Here, call this angle between A and B as alpha, and B and C as beta, and C and A as gamma. So those axial angles which determines or which affects to the structure of the unit cells are alpha, beta and gamma. So there are totally 6 parameters which affects the structure of the unit cell. So those are 3 edge lengths A, B and C, and axial angles alpha, beta and gamma. So these are the 6 parameters of unit cells, 3 edge lengths and 3 axial angles. So this is introduction to the unit cell. So this is about parameters of unit cell.